Okay, so or I send on my stream. We have BSET, KSCP. This one's not the best. This daily is just not there anymore. IINN, another one that's on watch, I guess. Not excited about its daily either. And then we have BSCT, I think. No. Jesus. Oh, FGI, my bad. Completely off there. FGI's daily, I'm not interested in either. My scanner's basically reset, so now everything's kind of cleared out. I don't really know what's popping anymore because for some reason it's bugging here, but it's alright. BFRI is also hitting the scans. Not sure what's going on with this one. Not excited about any of these though. KSCP, BFRI. Low volume. This one has a pretty good daily, I'd say. It has an alright daily. It's coming up to its averages though. Probably won't trade it. I'm just not feeling like trading. I might cut it short just so I can make time to make the thumbnails and everything because oh my gosh, it's been busy. Yeah, I'm not excited about any of these. Looks like it's gonna be another dead day today. AMC trading way lower. It actually gapped up, but I didn't even know it's back to basically 12. That's insane. It's a massive decline on AMC after some random spike too. I remember watching it back here in the 30s, and then it had that huge spike to 60 something, and then came all the way back down to the 40s here. So crazy to see. I'd imagine GME is doing the same. Similar move, yeah. LDI hidden the scans, dead. GCI, UPS. Massive gap on UPS. I'm not sure what happened here. Definitely has to be news. I'm really not sure what happened here. Square. Oh no, it's block. Facebook. I think Facebook can pull back to its 200, and then we'll just see it trading within a small range because it is forming some sort of channel here. So I think it can hit that channel high, and then we'll go ahead and see it pull back once more. But I think when it pulls back this last time, it's gonna hold it, and it's probably just gonna continue higher. It needs to break 350 for sure though, so I think if it can break over the 200, we could see it possibly at 340 or 345 somewhere, and then pull back to its 200, kind of hang around there for a while, and then we'll see a move eventually to 350. Then again, earnings is in a couple of days here, so anything can happen at this point. Could drop even lower than it has already, but we'll see. Check out Apple. Apple's on a massive incline, actually. BFRI in the scans. So this is the one that we were watching earlier this morning. Was light on volume, now it's getting a lot more. LDI is also hitting the scans. Not interested. BTBT's hitting the scans. Similar move to BFRI here. Almost the exact same move. BFRI is getting all the attention though. Not a big mover. I do like its 10-minute. Its daily's okay. It's coming up to its averages here. Hasn't halted yet either. I'd like to see this candle pull back here and hold on its pullback, sideways consolidate. Potentially hit 390 and then pop back up to 492. 92 but 98 on the ask there for a second. Either way, pulling back nicely here. $94 by 99. I don't want to buy that. Okay, so I do like this for a move higher, but I'm going to wait for this next 1 minute open. We have a 2 candle pullback. It's flagging here. Looks perfect. The only thing I don't trust is the 5 minute, but we still have about a minute and a half or 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the next 5 minute candle. I don't want to see it break to this high though. So it looks like it just broke that high. I'm not really interested if it breaks that high. Double top there. The candle of indecision here. That just kind of doesn't convince me enough. So there's breaking lower. If it didn't rip like that, I think this next 1 minute would have definitely broken the high over 410. But because this one had that nasty pop here, that weird pop, and then a push lower, I guess, or just couldn't hold that level, that didn't give me any confidence going into it. So I kind of expected this drop here. But BFRI is the only one moving on the scans right now. I think we're going to keep this one on watch and see what else is on the scan. So let's see, FGI, IINN, LDI, no, BTBT, no, AMC, oh wow, AMC is easy to borrow. Interesting. I don't know if I'll trade it, but that is nice to know that it is easy to borrow. We also have what? Oh no, that's not one. Yeah, that's kind of it. Just BTBT BFRI. Nice pop there on BFRI, back to ties. Then a massive rip. So it held 390, and I don't know why this happened. Kind of weird. But it did break its highs. And let's see if we can get a pullback candle here so we can go for the break of the 5 minute. 5 minute high is 428. Hold in here. $427, all the way back to 416. I don't like its choppy price action here. So there's 34 now. So it broke its 5 minute high. And now it's coming all the way back down to the teens. It's 23 for a second. 22, 21. There, it's in the teens at 19. Don't like to see that. 15. Hasn't broken its low yet. There's a low. So this one's just real choppy. I don't like the price action here. Well, again, I'm not sure why this actually broke out. Kind of weird. But it actually, broke. I didn't expect that, actually. I thought it was just going to continue dropping on us. But I guess what gave it away was the 10 minute. I could potentially take another trade here for the break of this high, but I'd have to be going for this high of 435 because I don't really see that much potential in this one back to 430 just because it's had such a hard time. Then again, it made this huge rip here, so we'll see. But I don't think it's going to be holding any level. I think it's just going to make a quick pop and then a drop. So if it does break this high, I would just sell there. I wouldn't be holding this. There's 33. Not quite a double top yet. See if we get that breakout. $33 back to 23. Hit 18 there for a second. 10 minute and 5 minute high already broke. I don't trust this one up here. It's just the way it's trading. It's choppy. Nothing but doji candles up here. Massive tails. Just not really feeling this one. So let's go to AMC, see what AMC is doing. So nice. AMC pulled back to VWAP there. Has support here at 1740. Let's see if it breaks its support and actually holds below. It'd have to hold below its 10, which is here of 1719 or 1720 basically. I wanted to take an entry up here at VWAP when it spiked through just because I knew the MACD was going to have it spike all the way above VWAP, but I missed my entry because I was too focused on the other one. That would have been a really nice trade, at least 20 cents in this candle, and now it's still continuing down. Maybe in the next 5 minutes we can get in at 1740 on a pullback. Potentially. There's breaking its low, 1716. So it's breaking its 10-minute low. So if you get that break at 17 here, geez, that would have been a really nice trade. So we do have, let's see, support in this level, or resistance there now, as well as up here. There's the break at 17. So we get a pop back up here on the 5 minute, or if it's just gonna break immediately. It still has this gap to fill, so the low of this candle is 15, or the high of this candle is 1625. So it still has room up to 1625 to fill that gap. So right here, sideways consolidation. See if it holds a small range, and then we can go ahead and take another entry here. There's 1720. Jeez, this one's taking a while. It's gonna take a little bit, especially with that MACD there. It's gonna take quite a bit. We do have a huge seller at 1716. Maybe we can see a break of 1716 and then a push through 1730, and that would be a potential trade for a short. But with the MACD looking the way it's looking, I think it's either going to continue sideways consolidation or it's going to break its high here. There's 18, so it did break that seller. Let's see if we get that push. There's 25. So pulling back here, we have another seller at 26. It's 23 now, 24. MACD still hasn't curled entirely yet. 26. That seller moved. There's 27. Back down to 22. Oof. Couldn't even short it if I wanted to there. So either way, I would be getting in too early. What am I doing? I'd be getting in too early because of this MACD. So I just saw it break back down there to 22. I tried to take an entry at 22. Let's see if it would have worked out. So right now it's okay, but I think it still has the potential to rip here all the way to the 30s or potentially 40s. So I would definitely want to take an early entry if I did take it. But I probably would have still held through this push here through 1730. There's 29, there's 30. Back down to 23, 21, 20, 14. So this would have been an okay entry. And now I'd want to see it down below 17. So low here is 1693. I definitely want to see a break lower. I'd be holding primarily because of the 5-minute. 5-minute low is 1693, and that would give me tons of confidence coming into this trade to continue holding for a break lower, push lower. We just hit our resistance line here. It could break above to 1730, have a random spike and stuff, but I'm expecting it to keep dropping. 10-minute just opened as well, so I'm kind of expecting this one to push through and hit its low here of 1693. Where it can go from there, well, my main target would be 1625, but I don't know if it can push through in a couple of candles, like some candles like this, a 4 candle consolidation. So I would be kind of waiting it out, trying to figure out, am I going to stop at 1650? Am I going to try and stop at 1675 after it breaks? And I think I would honestly stop at 1650 or 1675 if it breaks, because this thing has room to go, but kind of makes me nervous up here. So again, MACD's pulling here. Not surprised. Back down to 1712, 1710, 6, 5, 4. See if we actually get that 17 break. Now, if it keeps holding here in the 16 or 17 range and just keeps holding, then I think I would just stop out pretty soon. Again, my initial entry would have been around 22 is what I was looking at. So I'd still be up so far. But overall, my target, like I said, would be the break of this low. And then I guess I'd shoot for 1650 or 1675. There's 03 now. 1703 for a second. Break a 17 here, maybe. For this next candle. Kind of makes me nervous at how it keeps popping up here. It doesn't want to break 17 right away. Lowest it hit there was 1703, but it keeps popping. So there's 25, there's a rip to 25. Again, the MACD's still here crossing, so I'm not even surprised it's making this move here. But it keeps hitting our resistance line up here. So it's either we're going to see a massive break, or we're going to see a break in rejection, or a break in continuation. Right now, since it's kind of double topped, triple topped, whatever, it's kind of flat up here. It makes me feel like we have a lot of resistance in the 1730 level. And if it does break, it's going to be a false break or not a very strong break. And it's just going to hold, hold this position and break down further. Right here, we're kind of flagging, I would say, forming some sort of pennant. And I think we're going to break lower here pretty soon. Or a wedge, I guess. I'm not sure what this would be. So there's 1714. There's 10, 8, 4, 3. So if you get that break of 17, hit a low of 1702 there. If this candle doesn't do it, the next 1 minute could potentially break. I would like to see this candle really push through though. Once we get that break, I think we're in the clear here. Hasn't made higher highs. Here's a random surge again, which once more doesn't give me much confidence in the lows here, especially because this one's going to finish pretty high. Unless we see some random flush here. So this candle finished pretty high. That would make me nervous. It's having a hard time breaking lower. So the question is, should I stop out here with a small loss on commission? Well, now a small loss. Or should I just keep holding for my initial thoughts? Only reason I'm kind of spooked here is because the MACD on the 1 minute is crossing. It's curling here, so that's why it's making this pop. But at the same time, I wonder if this is actually holding its level above 17. That's what has me a little tricked here. I think the 10 minute can definitely break its low, but the way it's pulling back here, and it doesn't want to break 17 by much, has me convinced that it wants to continue higher. So now I'm still break even. 1722 is holding. It's basically where I entered, right? Let's see if this is actually going to hold any level, break above 1730, or if it's just going to reject here. So far, broke its low there. Let's see if we can get this back into levels below 10, 1710. It's 14. There was quite a bit of red going through, but not a whole lot of action. So 16, 15, 14. So it's hit 14 several times. Just nothing's going on with this one yet. 13. This one's a tricky one, eh? Yeah, for sure it's dead. It's been dead. Nothing's hit my scan since BFRI, which was like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Nothing's hit the scan, so I don't know, pretty trash. I do agree there. So now we're back in the 10s here, 1710. But again, it's popping up. 1708 there. Are we finally going to get that break? Having a little bit of a struggle here. But I think we're finally going to push through. Actually, potentially the next 5 minute will pull through. That's what I'm thinking. If this 5 minute can't do it, I think the next 5 minute can. But the next 5 minute would be another 10-minute candle. This one's just flat here. I definitely want to see this low break. So this low is 1702. This would have been a tough one to hold on. I would have gotten in all the way back here. This definitely would have been the longest position I would have held on. Maybe not to date, but still. This is taking forever. And I'm still not even sure if it's going my direction because this one's kind of climbing. It's not making lower lows. It's just hanging in there, pulling back. Again, I'd still be trading off the 10-minute. I'd still want to see this thing fly because I think the 10-minute low can break. But if this 10-minute finishes the way it's looking, or if it finishes any higher, then I'm for sure stopping out. I would have to stop out. So 1710. 7. We get in the break here. Not quite. There's another pop all the way to 15, 17. So another false break there. Doesn't seem to want to be breaking. Holding 17 like a mo. If this one can finish low, that'd potentially be great news. But it'd have to finish at 17 like 08 or something is what I'd feel comfortable with. But it's finishing kind of high here, 1714. So neutral open. See if we break this low here. 4-2. There's the break, finally. So there's a good break. That's the break we've been waiting for all day. Jesus. So now the move's starting. We have a 17 break, still holding below 17. It's popping back up to 17 though, which kind of doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. But the next 10 minutes finishing pretty low here, which I like. So knowing that it's still below 17 technically, I would wait it out for the next 10-minute low to break as well. So the next 10-minute low is 82. And I would want to see continuation below 82, potentially to 1650 or something in the area. So let's see, 1682. Right now we're at 93, 89. See if we get that actual break, 87. And my target would be either 75 or 50, 1650. I think this does have potential to 1650. We're at 83 here, 82, 81. I want to see this thing go though. If it breaks like by a couple cents and then just doesn't want to keep going, it pops all the way back up to 17, like it looks like it's wanting to do here, then I'd probably just sell my position already and just get rid of it. But so far, the trade would have worked out nicely. I would have been up a pretty good amount, about 40 cents already. I'd want to keep holding, but I just don't like the way that's holding the 1680 level at all. Doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence that it has more room to go. Although the chart looks like it can continue going for sure. So let's see. Low of this candle is 77. It's going to pop back up here. Or does it have the strength to keep going at 1650? So there's 80. Need to be really patient with these. You know what I should have done was actually taking a trade in my my options account instead of sitting sidelines here. 75, 73, 2. I would basically would have hit my first target already at 75 here. I want to keep holding a little longer to see this thing really push through 70 and break into the 60s and potentially 50, but I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to give us that move. Yeah, so I probably would have stopped out there. 75. Still think it has a little more room, but I don't know. It might have one big drop to 50 and then pop, or maybe even clear that gap to 25 and then pop again. But the way it's holding this level here, I think I just sell for about a 50-cent win, 40 something cents, and then just walk it. That would have been a really nice trade if I would have held this entire thing. I most likely would have held because I was practically green the entire time, but I know it would have been extremely stressful up here. So it wasn't necessarily a bad entry. It wasn't the best entry that I could have taken. But I just want to see if this thing's going to continue pushing lower. Still red. Next 5 minutes going to open here in about 2 more minutes. It seems like it's losing all its momentum to the downside here. I don't want to see this thing break 70 and push through 60. Doesn't seem like it wants to go though. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We're going to call it. And no trades today. Surprising. Well, WTI just hit the scans right now. Huge float though, 100 million share float. Not really feeling it. So, oh well. I wish I could have taken this trade on AMC actually. It would have looked solid. I mean, it definitely would have worked out, but I don't know. I should have taken it in my options account. Just taking this quick scalp on a quick day trade. But it's all right. It's whatever. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I have time to actually edit this video properly and come up with the thumbnails and everything. I know I stayed a little longer than I normally do, but that being said, hopefully somebody made money today. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.